today, my friends, we are talking about what type of person are you? Okay, now you may be wondering, Summer, is this a setup? What are we talking about tonight? Well, it's so interesting because, here we are. This is a time when you're with friends, you're with family, and there's a lot of get-togethers going on. So, it's interesting because typically when you go to these events and gatherings, you can kind of pick out people in the group, in the party, right? So if you are in the network marketing profession, then this probably would be something that you may want to share with your organization, because we're going to be talking a little bit about how things are when you're in the mix, when you're in a group gathering, like what's going to be happening all weekend long. And it's interesting because typically when you get together in these gatherings, right, certain different people kind of play out. There's people you know and there's people you don't know, right? So I don't know if you've ever been in a gathering and you can pick out the person that's like Mr. Negative. They're just like a cloud of smoke over their head, right? And then you may have somebody that you see in a party, in a gathering, where they're like the life of the party, everyone's all around them. They just have fantastic energy, right? And so tonight I want to know, which one are you? Are you the one that's the encourager that really just brightens up a room when you walk in? Or are we kind of more like the other way, right? Do we have the black smoke over our heads, right? And the reason I ask that is because, we're in a business. We are in, if you're self-employed, if you are 1099, if you're a fellow network marketer like myself, our whole goal is to do one thing. And that is to attract people to us, right? So you may have heard of the phrase attraction marketing. This is kind of like one of those key elements of attraction marketing, is that you actually are attractive, right? You're the kind of person that people want to be around. You're the kind of person that people want to connect with. And so today we're really talking about, how can you be an encourager? How can you be that person that does brighten up the room, right? That you're just kind of like light and fun and outgoing, and people want to be around you. I got a couple of tips for you on this very subject. How to be more of an encourager, how to be more that person that attracts people to you. And of course, this is something you can use this weekend. 4 tips I'm going to share with you. First of all is to tell others that you appreciate them. I have some friends, one in particular that I think of, actually 2. A gentleman that he is an incredible leader, Andy Dooley, and every time I'm around this guy, he's always like, I appreciate you. He's the biggest one that can say, I appreciate you about something. And I hear him say that to people constantly. And you know what? That's like a really attractive quality. So learn to appreciate people, and not just, appreciating them on the inside, but actually sharing it with them that you think, man, you really appreciate them for what they do. Thank you so much. And just keep that as a habit in your life. That is one teeny tiny little tip that if you start using that as a habit in your life, oh my goodness, it will pay dividends, right? Because not only is that person benefiting, not only are you building your relationship and making it stronger, are they going to want to be around you more? Are they going to want to do business with you? Absolutely. And I'll tell you one thing, he has definitely mastered that 100%. Number 2, be an encourager. When you see somebody doing something right, let them know. I think John Maxwell talks about in his leadership development books that you want to, be lavish with your praise and sparing with your correction, sparing with, finding fault. And I think it's so very important because a lot of times, we are the other way around, right? We have a tendency to look for the areas where you need to fix this or you need to fix that. But how can we be like totally over the top with our praise and really let them know that you appreciate them, that they're doing a good job, that, man, I don't care if they were flipping hamburgers. I don't care if they're out there and your team showing the plan. I don't care what they were doing. If they were, pouring a product and serving it to the guests. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But if you can be lavish with your praise, if you can just tell somebody how you appreciate them, how they did such a fantastic job on that, man, that's an attractive quality, right? And then the flip side, of course, is be sparing with our criticism, or try and frame it in a way that is easy for people to receive it, right? I don't remember what the numbers are exactly, but I think you need to hear, you gotta kind of have to sandwich it. If you want to tell an area of correction, you say, hey, man, you really did this awesome. Thanks so much for doing that, but, here's what we could fix. And then, oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you. So you kind of sandwich it, throw it in the middle there, right? How about number 3? Number 3 is praise them publicly, right? In network marketing, we call this edification, right? That's basically where you are sharing what they did, how they did it fantastic, and you're doing it not just the two of you, but you're doing it, in front of a group of people. So really just kind of being cognizant, being aware that when you're going to give them praise, if you can do it in front of people, it kind of like has a multiplication effect. It's definitely a good thing. One of my buddies, Mark Jones, amazing leader out of Washington, he has this saying, and I always remembered it, that, sometimes there's things and like they're kind of negative, right? And some people start saying them. And his saying was this, that if it's not necessary to say, it's necessary not to say. And it's funny because he shared that with me, I don't know, a year ago, 6 months, 8 months ago. And I always remembered it because I'm like, wow, that's good. I'll keep that. So just remember that, if it's not necessary to say, it's kind of necessary not to say, right? And the last one is that if you're going to throw a compliment, if you're going to give them praise, if you're going to edify them, try your best to be specific. Has anybody ever said to you, oh man, you're an amazing person, or you're this or you're that, or oh, thank you so much, you're the bomb, whatever. They throw you out a compliment and you're like, thanks, but for what? So definitely, be specific when you're going to share with them, that they did something awesome. Let them know, hey, you were incredible at whatever it was, and man, you really rocked it out, and it was awesome. So that is it, my friends. I hope you got some value out of this. It's a short session. I hope you have an absolutely amazing weekend, and definitely feel free to share. If you want your team to kind of take the litmus test, if you want the people your friends, your family, have them watch this video. I'd love to see the comments down below. And of course, if we haven't met personally, love to connect up with you. Best way to contact me is private message me on Facebook. And love to hear your story. So that is all, my friends. And take care, be blessed. And
for more great training and to receive your free MP3 download on how to attract prospects using social media, the 4 essential elements to attracting prospects, visit summergeronimo.com.